I'm Jesse Cleverley. I'm the creative director at Wildseed Studios, and today we're meeting 20 of the filmmakers, or teams of filmmakers, who made films as part of the SCI-FI-LONDON 48-hour film challenge. And we had actually a feature in this year's festival made by Drew Casson. So we've got good history with SCI-FI-LONDON. We approve. They've got great taste, obviously, if they picked our film. So we're meeting the teams of filmmakers who made films for the 48-hour film challenge, and what those guys do is kind of extraordinary. You know, as Louis, I'm sure, will have explained in a separate interview. But you know, they turn up on a Saturday morning. They get given a prop, a line of dialogue, a theme, etc., etc. They go off, and in 48 hours, they have to conceive of, shoot, edit, post-produce, special effects, whatever they need to do, sound, boom, done, deliver it back on the Monday morning. So what that means is, obviously, the teams concerned are able to produce at extremely high speed and extremely high quality, and they have a sort of guerrilla approach to special effects and achieving, you know, great scale on not very much money. So from our point of view, of course, these are the filmmakers, this is the generation of filmmakers that we at Wildseed are looking to work with and to sort of help them hone their crafts and become excellent. And you know, and as we all know, the tools of production and distribution are really in everybody's hands now. So the difference then really becomes not have you got access to the means to making a film, but really have you got the emotional intelligence and the craft skills and stuff to turn the access that you have to those tools into something, you know, meaningful and moving and all the rest of it. So we asked the 20 of the filmmaking teams to come and talk to us today about, you know, how they might change or adapt or develop the work that they did for the short film into something on a bigger canvas, a feature-length thing, or indeed, if it's not that idea, another idea. And it's just fascinating. I mean, of course, one is just completely blown away by the talent, by the dedication, by the skill, by all of that passion, really. So I mean, that's a privilege to begin with. So it's it's one of those occasions when I was reminded what a great job you've got. You know, to spend 2 days talking to filmmakers is, you know, a real privilege. But I think, you know, sitting there listening to the pitches and listening to what people want to do. I mean, the budget will be, you know, in big movie terms, very, very little. More than we spent on Hungerford, so we know that something, you know, with real ambition can be achieved, and you know, and obviously what we're looking for is sort of big, smart, interesting ideas, but kind of lensed in such a way as we can achieve them on the budget and with the time that we're likely to have to do it. And you know, so what becomes immediately apparent when you're having these conversations with the filmmakers is that, you know, you can have the big, clever, high concept idea, but really, I think, unless there's a character at the heart of that idea, whose journey you believe you will become emotionally invested in, and you know, whose dilemmas are relatable and human, then, you know, you end up with the feeling like, well, that was big and clever, but I don't really care. And so, you know, what I think we're hoping is that we'll end up with 5 teams. I'm absolutely convinced we'll end up with 5 teams, because to be honest, we haven't met everyone, and I could already pick 5 people who would be a privilege to work with. So the idea for us now is that we'll take the 5 teams and we'll work with them for about 3 or 4 months in a development process. Some of that will be sort of quite traditional development conversations between me as the script editor and them as the creative team. But some, I think, will also be group work, where we're all sort of sharing each other, pitching each other the ideas. Because someone once said to me, if you're pitching an idea, the minute you feel self-conscious, your story doesn't work. It was really interesting. And it's true that, you know, you're pitching away and you're in the flow, and the rest of the world disappears because it's all working. And then the minute you start thinking, oh God, you know, oh no, I think I'm losing them, blah, 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 really that is your internal kind of quality control alarm going off and saying this bit of the story just isn't geared right. So it'll be a combination of traditional development work and group pitching and repitching and repackaging and sort of talking about why things are sort of dropping out. And then at the end of that process, we hope we'll have 5 projects that will be developed to sort of 15-page story document, if you like. And then we'll pick 1 or more, but certainly 1 to take through to production next year. So we're really hoping that the audience, you guys, will kind of come with us on that journey, so that you can watch the projects develop, and all the shorts are going to be up on the on the channel, so everyone's got a chance to see where we began and the teams that we met. And our plan would be to sort of surface as much of the process as we can, so that the audience, the Wildseed channel subscribers and fans get a chance to kind of play along almost with what we're doing. And I feel really thrilled, because it's just really thrilling what happens, I think, when the people who make films are no longer the people who can afford to make films, but the people who have the passion to make films. And certainly in terms of what Louis achieved at 48 Hour Film Challenge, and the filmmakers he accessed, and the quality that you'll see if you see the films, if you watch the films, which I urge you to do on the channel, you'll see, in 48 hours, often with no money at all, what is achievable with the right idea and the passion to do it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and really, really hoping everyone follows along.
We film everything.
Keep swarming down here! Get the friendlies out!